All right, my friends, welcome to episode 380 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry. I am a professor. Over there is Anthony. He is a game developer. How are you doing, man?
Just tired. Into spring break.
Yeah.
Not
Did
that
you
it changed I worked last week. It's just a weekend for me, and now I have to work again on Monday. I don't know if I'd like an extra day. Just saying.
3-day weekends? Yeah.
Yeah.
So would I. That'd be nice. It was a great Easter weekend here with our kid. Was super excited. It was a Pokemon Easter. Lots of Pokemon stuff. She has a stuffed Sprigatito, which is one of the starters for Scarlet and Violet. So she's very, very excited. And she has a loose tooth that is almost out. She has it's been like shark teeth for like a week, whereas like the adult tooth is growing in behind.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
My son had that for a bunch of his teeth. We did call him Shark Tooth.
And any negative effects from that?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
I mean, like, if they're gonna have any kind of bad teeth or need anything, it's not gonna be because of that.
Okay, cool. Well, I had a baby tooth until I went to Peace Corps. They had to pull it because they didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know where I was going to go, and they had to pull that tooth to make sure that they didn't have to have any issues with it in Peace Corps, which was sad. So I have like a permanent gap in the front of my teeth, which is awesome, but whatever. Yeah.
That tooth just decided it didn't want to go. It was like,
it didn't want to go. It was strong as hell.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm like, I'm not a baby tooth. I'm just the adult tooth. Just came in early.
Yeah, it was there until I was 22.
Wow.
And never had an issue, no cavities in it, nothing. It was just strong ass tooth, I guess. But yeah, hers is almost out. So yeah, her and I had a good weekend. Obviously today was Easter, we had a good time. But yesterday we went to the Mario movie, which I want to start talking about first. Because it was awesome. My first movie since before the pandemic. Her first movie ever in a movie theater. And it had been so long since I bought tickets. I bought them on Fandango that I forgot that there were even 3D movies. And I bought a ticket that was 3D and it just had a little 3D at the end. I didn't notice it till exactly the second after I hit confirm. And I was like, oh, fuck. So then I bought 2D tickets for like after that movie would have been over. So like, 45 minutes or an hour after it ended. So I basically had 2 sets of tickets. So we went, masked up, did everything, got there. It was in the like luxury kind of theater where you're like in the recliners and there's not really a ton of people. It was just the perfect place to see it. And we did the 3D and she fucking loved it. She's like, it's coming off the screen, Daddy. She kept taking it off. She's like, it's blurry. And then she put the glasses back on. Whoa, it's right here. She loved it and loved the whole movie. Oh my God. Everything about it. She loved it. She was like at the edge of her seat, jumping up and down, clapping, laughing, everything. It was amazing. And we left and I was like, well, she's like, well, that was amazing. We're talking about, and I said, well, I have tickets for the 1:00 show. That's just flat screen, not 3D if you want to go again. And she just lost her mind. It's like, all right, we're going again.
It's not long though, right? Like,
no, it's
like sub 90 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it's 132. No, that's not right.
No,
that's 2 hours. What the fuck am I talking about? 93 minutes, maybe. I remember there being a 3 in there somewhere.
83.
83.
I heard it was less than 90 minutes.
Oh, okay, it's short.
Which surprised me, and it reminded me. I'm like, I had to reframe myself when people have been talking about it because I'm like, oh, Illumination, the people doing this made the Minion movies, and like generally make kid movies. I'm like, oh, Mario is when you look at all of Nintendo's IP, Mario is very kid friendly. Probably their most kid friendly, not their most. Close to it though.
Yeah, close to it. Yep.
Because when I was thinking, I'm like, oh, after this, they're gonna do like this movie's doing gangbusters.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like worldwide this weekend's gonna make close to 400 million or something.
Yep.
We're getting more Nintendo movies. That's certain. We're gonna get a Mario 2.
Well, there's
but I assume this is going to also kickstart Nintendo being like, okay, other IP. And if you think of like all ages IP, there's some of that. But like Zelda isn't all ages, it's closer. But I wouldn't call it a like
mature.
It's a little bit more mature. Like it's not crazy fantasy adventure like but it's definitely not as it'd be hard to like really make it incredibly kid friendly. completely.
Yeah,
like,
no,
there's a certain tone to it. Like, there's still some frivolousness to Zelda stuff and some humor and everything, but it's a little bit more serious. And then I'm like, oh god, they're never making Metroid. Metroid is so fucking serious all the time.
God, I feel like they might, not they, but I think someone would approach them. Like,
yes.
this is doing gangbusters. They're going to be approached by everyone. Like, we want to do this IP, that IP. Someone's going to want to approach them and do Metroid.
Yeah, it's just not going to be a kid movie.
Hell no. Hell no.
Like, Metroid's not a kid prop. Like, even playing it, it takes itself super straight and serious.
Yep.
All the time. I mean, then the last game was called Dread. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, no, that's like, PG-13, like maybe borderline R. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo would ever let them go that far, but I could see them. But back to Mario, like, once I understood, I was like, oh, this is meant to be a fast-paced, kind of just pretty kids movie with, if you know Mario, you're going to get tons of references.
And that is exactly it. And you've seen the Rotten Tomatoes thing where like the critics are like 53 and the audiences are 98.
And I read through that, and that's what I got out of it. I was like, oh, it's a kids movie. You're subjecting this critical analysis to a kids movie. That's not sure. Whatever.
I walked out of the theater both first time and second time thinking that split on Rotten Tomatoes is exactly right. Because from a critical standpoint, this is a kids movie, and the plot is very thin. But
what's the plot of Mario?
Yeah, except for it's like 100% better than the plot of Mario. Like, it is way better than the plot of Mario, but that doesn't make it a good movie. That just makes it a really, really good Mario game. It really is. It's so good. This movie is great. If you are coming into it like you don't know Mario and you're like, I want like a good story, like this is not it. Like, yeah,
sure.
What the transition points in the movie were like, we're going in one direction, we go the other direction is like one sentence. Like, oh, let's do this. Oh, okay, I'll do that with you. Okay. Instead of like, there's no tension there. There's no like, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Like from the beginning, it's preordained. So that's before fine. I get into everything, like I owe Chris Pratt an apology. He was great. He was really, really, really good. And they did it. So you're going to see this movie, right?
Yeah, at some point here, hopefully.
Okay. I don't want to spoil anything, but they did stuff about the voice so well. They set everything up. They did the right stuff they needed to do. So I was really happy about that. And I think the biggest compliment is that like I forgot it was Chris Pratt. It was Mario.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool. The only voice that stood out to me, and I heard it later on the podcast, and I was like, yes, thank you, God, because it was driving me nuts, is Cranky Kong's voice. It stands out as not it. But everyone else just nailed it. Jack Black as Bowser is great. The story is awesome. I love this story because Princess Peach is a badass, and my daughter loves Princess Peach, and it's finally some media where Princess Peach is like a badass. It's really cool. And it's just like slapsticky, physical comedy for the kids. There's not a ton. There's like almost nothing for like adult humor. Like it's not that kind of movie, and that's fine. I was actually really happy about that. I fucking loved it. So happy. So yeah, I think the critical audience split is exactly right. There's 2 post-credit scenes, and they're both great. The last one, my daughter was just like jumping up and down.
You can. Is that what you were mentioning? Is it setting itself up?
It's setting up for the next movie. Yeah, exactly.
Are they pulling in Super Mario Brothers 2 stuff?
No.
Damn.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you mean by that.
I know it's just how Mario Brothers 2 was so very different than Mario Brothers. Like, the frog dude and
Wart
Birdo.
Yeah,
Birdo
exactly.
and
No,
everything.
No. It's they're basically skipping to. Do you want me to tell you, or you want to wait?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a Yoshi egg that cracks. And then it goes Yoshi. So they're going to do Yoshi in some way. Like it was in New York where this happened. So we're going to get, skip to like Super Mario World or, whatever. Yeah. But Yoshi's going to be there. So, this movie had Shy Guys. This movie had just a very quick clip of Yoshi's. There's just like so many openings for like the Mario cinematic universe here.
Okay.
It's great, dude. I spent fucking a shit ton of money going to this fancy fucking theater 2 times in a row, buying popcorn, blah, blah, blah. I would have spent triple. It was amazing. So I can't wait. Cool. I can't wait for it to come out on blue or whatever, streaming, Blu-ray, whatever, but we might go see it again next weekend. It's really, really good.
That's cool. Yeah. I've been generally hearing decent things about it. as long as you have that expectation going in, like, hey, it's a kids movie.
It is 100% a kids movie.
Don't overanalyze it.
Yep.
Like, it's gonna be quick. It's once I heard its runtime, that's when I was like, oh, of course, this is not. They're not even giving themselves time to do. I wouldn't say exposition or anything like that. So it's like, no, it's gonna move from one thing to the next. Like,
yeah, there's no plot detours that kind of like strengthen the characters and such. You know,
no,
it just
they're just
goes.
going.
It just goes, and it doesn't matter because there's enough depth for the characters. Like actually more coming from being a fucking huge Mario fan. I mean Mario game fan. I love Luigi, but whatever. There's so much more depth to the characters here than ever there has been before. Which is not saying much because there's very little in the games, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing like Mario RPG or Paper Mario or something like that, where there is quite a bit more. But there's like so many jokes and references. I looked up a fucking article afterwards. It was on Kotaku or Polygon or something. It was like 20 deep cut references you may have missed. And I read through it. I was like, oh, what did I miss? Like, no, I got all that. Nope, I did not miss any of that. So no, I didn't miss any of the shit. It was, oh
You're
God,
like,
it was so good.
I got it. It's cool.
Yes, it was very, very much there to get if you get it. And, you know, just very quick cameos in the audience from like other characters and things that you'd expect. The music is maybe like the voice acting is king, but the fucking music is queen, man. Oh my God. The music. If you listen to the soundtrack, if you haven't listened to it yet on Spotify, the song titles sort of are spoilers a little bit. But otherwise, man, fuck. The music is great. Orchestration of like taking Koji Kondo's music and like doing it like 70% and then adding 30% of something else. It's great. So I recommend it.
Yeah, it's playing on the island at the theater here, so I can.
Awesome.
And actually, I was doing grocery shopping yesterday, and I took a slight detour because I just wanted to see what the times were because they have
right in the front.
They have the big board on the front. You can see all the times as you drive by, and it was like as I was going, there was like starting a showing was going to start in like 5 minutes, and there was a small line of people getting tickets there, and I turned the corner and there's a couple more families and kids going. I'm like, yep, all right, it's doing well.
Yeah. Oh man, it was totally full both times I went. And just people. I mean, there were like 40 showings at just this one theater.
Sure.
And they're all over the city. So
I mean, that does help having it short. They can put a lot of showings in.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, because I bought tickets for 10 and then again at 1. And I was like, that giving us enough time to get between them. And then I got out early. When we got out, I was like, well, shit, we got like an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, gives us enough time for lunch. Perfect. It was just perfect. It was perfect. Like taking your kid to their first movie and just like the magic of that. And then it was 3D, which was an accident, but amazing. She just loved it to death. It was just one of those magical dad moments. So.
I guess for you, from your perspective, does it matter to see it in 3D or not?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it in 3D. It didn't. I don't know if the technology's changed slightly. I didn't get a headache. It was totally smooth and easy. Like I would probably, if I saw it again, we would probably see it in 3D. It was a marginally better experience, but not enough if you don't care about it. You know.
Yeah. I was actually still surprised they do it in 3D stuff in 3D as well.
So I didn't even think of. It's been 3 years. I literally didn't think about it. Totally forgot that was even an option. Now they have like 4DX apparently.
Oh yeah, the seats that move and everything.
Exactly.
And like you're just like, oh come on.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Theaters are trying very hard to make money.
Oh yeah, of course. To have an experience that you can't have at home, which is like the 3D thing, which is like the the big screen, the big sound, whatever.
They're trying. They need to do something. Yeah. Because people aren't coming back to theaters in the same way. As they were before. Not. They come into event things like this still to a point, but even that's starting to taper off. Like you see movies generally like have these bigger openings, but a lot of them don't really have long tails anymore. Exactly. Like people aren't going consistently back. They're like, no, okay, that's good. I'll wait now.
That's what I'm wondering about with this one is if the next weekend will be as big. And I know that this is a huge opening weekend, but they opened it early. It was like Tuesday.
Yeah. They did a 5-day holiday kind of thing.
Yeah. Which good for them.
Yeah, no, it worked out really well.
But like, this theater specifically, like if there's another movie that I'm interested in seeing, maybe I'll go back because this place was like really great. For like someone like me who like doesn't want to be around a ton of people.
Yeah,
it was
you can
awesome.
sit away from other people.
Totally.
Like yeah.
The second movie, we were 10 feet away from anybody.
Yeah.
Which was just like fucking awesome. No one got in our shit at all. No one was screaming and yelling and talking through shit. No one had their phones out.
Yeah. So the estimate is U.S. It's going to gross about $204 million over the 5-day, 173 from Friday to today.
Wow.
Which is insane.
Yeah. So really, even though it was open 5 days,
I don't think anyone's expecting it to be this big.
I feel like if I am any indication, I don't go to movies anymore. I don't do a lot of shit anymore. This got me back to the theaters. Nothing else has gotten me back. And I didn't really like going to the theaters for like 2 years before the pandemic. I was like, this fucking sucks. People are assholes yelling.
That's true. That's true.
Ugh. I'd rather watch it at home and no one's fucking bothering me. But there's a new place in San Diego that is doing something that I've always been like, why doesn't someone fucking do this? It is rooftop cinema. You're outside on the roof, big screen, headphones. Everybody has headphones. It's like,
okay.
Yes. I've been waiting for someone to have headphones in the theater. Like, fuck, you guys talk as much as you want. I got my headphones.
San Diego's the place to do it too.
Hell yeah.
On the outdoor thing. Yeah.
I'm so excited to try that. And it's not like just new movies. They do a bunch of old movies.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I'm very excited. Check that out.
Next time I'm down there.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it.
I want to try that.
Yep. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll try it first and see how it goes. But yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. So yeah, Mario movie, so fun. Like, I will remember this experience for the rest of my life.
Nice.
And I hope she will too. And it sort of sucks that her first experience is like this fucking primo, really fucking ritzy, like just amazing experience. Because like it's all downhill from here, baby. This is the pinnacle. So whatever. That place is not going away, so we'll just keep going there if we want to. And we're not going to go very often. So
yeah. You're right. I'm like, man, what was my first theater experience? Fortuna.
Yeah, dude. I remember my first experience was Jurassic Park in that theater in the front fucking row. Just staring up at this big screen like, wow, I can't see anything. It's really loud and I'm really close to everybody. But, it's like a birthday party and I was having a lot of fun. So it didn't really matter.
Yeah. I don't even remember what some of the first ones I saw were. I remember seeing Little Mermaid.
Oh.
In the Fortuna Theater. That was 89. Was Aladdin before or after that?
After.
Okay. Beauty and the Beast?
I think after Aladdin. Even.
Okay. Then that might be one of the earlier ones I saw.
Huh.
No, Turtles. When was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Which one? The first one?
First one.
Was that 89?
I think so. I think that I must have roughly 90. Okay, 90, that was after.
90.
All right. I'm trying to pinpoint like what movie I would have seen in the theater. I don't know. I may have seen stuff earlier than Little Mermaid 89, but not remembering it right now. So, but I do know it was in the single screen Fortuna Theater.
Yep. Oh man, I remember seeing stuff there after college even.
Oh yeah. Well, they changed it after.
Yeah.
When we were in college, that's when they redid it and they split it into 2 screens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2. Because I saw a few things that I saw once they split it. I've seen a number of movies there when I was just home visiting.
Exactly.
In college.
Yep.
But man, that's cool though. I got to go see Mario probably sometime on Island. I don't know how long.
I hope you'll see it before it leaves the theater.
Yeah.
If you get a chance,
if not, then I'll just wait.
Yeah.
It won't be that long.
Well, and my daughter was asking because before the pandemic is all fucked up. Like it's like 3 weeks later or whatever. But this is pretty popular. I wonder how long it'll be before it comes home.
3 months,
3
probably.
Months? Yeah. Okay.
It's about that. 8 to 12 weeks usually.
Okay, cool. Well, whenever it comes out, we're buying it. Fuck.
It's my thought. Let's see. We're in April now. Yeah, it will probably be July-ish. Would be my expect.
Sounds right.
Middle of summer.
Well, the floodgates are open for new shit. I want to see Zelda. Anime Zelda. Bring me Anime Zelda.
I figure that's the next major property.
Yeah, the next one that's not Mario.
We got close to it with Netflix doing it at that point. We did
until they started yammering about what they're doing. And then it was like, fuck you, bye.
Yeah, I probably won't see it this week, but the theater here is playing it through the 20th.
Oh, okay.
So I'll probably see it the following week after I'm um back from Vancouver. So
very cool.
Yeah. It's just like 6 o'clock most nights. I can just hop on out and go see it.
Think your kids want to go with you?
I'll invite them and see what they want to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I brought it up to them and they're like, "Oh, they probably go because it's a movie."
Yeah.
Neither one of them is a huge.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's not a huge Mario fan. If they did, I brought up like a few Zelda movie, and she's like, "Yes, that's what she wants to see."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's like, "I want it to be Twilight Princess." She loves Twilight Princess.
She likes the dark one.
She does.
That's interesting.
She really likes. That's the manga that she's read the most. And then my son on Mario. I mean, he played some of Odyssey, but he's never gravitated to it all that much. It's not his thing. He gravitated more to Zelda as well. So yeah, it never got there for him. I don't know why. Not like I'm sitting here forcing it on them. He saw me play it, and then he tried it, and he's like, nah, I just kind of moved on to other things that he enjoyed more.
My daughter really likes Mario. Like, I mean, she loves Princess Peach. She likes Toadette. She likes those two characters the most, but she likes a lot of the other ones too. We played quite a few of the games. She's played Odyssey. We've played Mario 3D World together. She knows all the characters. We read books. Like, it's just, she knows Zelda more, and now she's getting to know Pokemon a lot. It's just like, it's like our Disney is Nintendo, and now Nintendo's figured that out. We're like Disney. Yes. Let's do a fucking theme park. Let's do movies. Let's fucking get it going.
Well, I mean, it took them 20 years, 30 years.
Yep.
To feel okay doing a movie again.
Yeah, exactly. Because that first movie was garbage.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because that was a fun conversation. It's like, oh, there's a Mario movie. They're like this is. I think my son was like, weird. Why doesn't Nintendo do more movies? It seems like they would want to, and I'm like, well, they did one 30 years ago. It didn't go well. Not
at all.
And they decided to never do it again for a long time.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Well, in other news, there's a pretty quiet week overall, but there's rumors of this Sony Handheld thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it's weird. Like, I just keep thinking, obviously the Vita, they didn't support it, didn't do well, whatever. They doubled down on VR, and VR 2 came out at a time when, if they had a Vita 2, I think that would have flown off the fucking shelves. With Switch, Steam Deck, it would have been like, this is the perfect time for it. But they went the VR 2 route, which is not flying off shelves, according to reports. And then the rumors are that it's a streaming.
Yeah, it's just
thing,
kind of
basically.
It's not standalone. It will stream your PS5. It's like God, what could you do streaming on before for PS4?
Oh, I mean, you can stream on your Vita. You can stream on your phone now.
It was on your Vita, right?
It was on your Vita, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Someone at work had their Vita and was streaming their PS4 from. So it's basically that, except it can't play games.
Yeah,
it's just a cheap streaming handheld screen.
It's remote play.
Yeah, a screen with input.
Well, and you can get $100 backbone right now for your iPhone and do remote play on your iPhone. Obviously, the screen's going to be bigger on what they've got, but if you want to do that, you can already do it. And I haven't done it yet because I was so unimpressed with the streaming on the remote play on PS4 that I've never tried it with PS5, but apparently the PS5 remote play is way better, so I should try it. There's a use case for me for this thing, depending on price point, because it just comes across as an accessory for me.
Yep.
But there have been quite a few times when my wife is watching. We only have one TV, so if she's watching something, I want to play a PS5, I can't. So this could open up possibilities for me to play while she's watching something. Although I have so many other consoles, handhelds. I play a 3DS or I play my Switch. It doesn't bother me that much. But if I'm really keyed up to play a PS5 game, this could be it.
Yeah. It just, yeah, it's the price point thing. What's it going to be?
Yeah. Do you believe this rumor, by the way?
I believe, yes. I believe that could be testing something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Does it see the light of day? Who knows? Like, because I think even everything here, they were just called, the rumors were just dropping like it's called the Q Lite as its code name.
Yes.
And it doesn't have a real name. Like, there's enough here where it doesn't suggest to me that it's a for sure thing that they're going to come out with.
Yeah.
It could, and who knows, like, but they also might be like, it's just not worth it at this point. We've proved that it works, but because they're not seeing none of the rumors are talking like they're in mass production of it or anything. Right. Like, just like, hey, they're doing this thing. Sony's trying this thing.
It almost feels like a leak from Sony itself to see, like, let's see what people think about this.
I mean, marketing people will do that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the reception is kind of not lukewarm, but kind of like there's a use case as an accessory, but like there's no way you can make on the go that could play PS5 games. Like, it's just not cost effective, and it'd probably be hot as fuck. Who knows?
How much did the old PlayStation TV cost?
The one that played the Vita games on the TV?
Yeah, that little box.
I remember it being like $99 toward the end of life, so it was obviously more than that at the beginning. Yeah,
I'm trying to see, because that's what this reminds me of to a point. Except that thing would actually play Vita games as well. But PS Vita.
I mean, if it's, it's supposedly like an 8-inch screen with like, just imagine your DualSense, but put an 8-inch screen in the middle of it. So that's kind of what it looks like. I just, I would be using it in my house. So the times that I'd be using it when the TV's not in use, I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, to be honest, actually, never mind. When my wife is watching TV, she's using the PS5 to watch TV. So I couldn't even use it.
That's where I'm at. Like, I can't really do the streaming. The PlayStation TV, it released at $99. And then end of life, it was $59. Okay. $60. I mean, I think if they can launch at roughly that price, I think it's a fine accessory.
It's not that cheap. At
$100.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
That they won't, but I think that would be the accessory point, being like, it has a very basic processor to handle streaming, encode, decode, or decode, and then doesn't need any kind of real encoding. Just needs to send your inputs along. Needs a good Wi-Fi connection, and it needs the screen and your PlayStation inputs. It's not a lot. The screen is where the cost is going to be.
Yep. It sounds like there's the rumors are LCD, so it's not OLED.
Yeah.
If this thing's anything less, if this is really coming out and it's anything less than $299, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Just because the way the PSVR 2, like that price killed it.
Well, they couldn't have done that cheaper. The screens inside
the
PSVR
absolutely
2 are just too expensive.
Yep.
Like, that's the problem with all the new, I would say the current gen VR, it's all real expensive.
Yeah.
Because shockingly, to actually have like that better VR experience, you can't use cheap components.
Yeah.
Like, you need really nice screens, tends to be better quality for comfortable sitting on your face, and everything. So, yeah, VR, that just goes back to VR being in kind of an awkward spot right now.
Well, especially with the way that finances are for people, like that's a real luxury item.
It really is. So I don't know if this is true. I think you're right. If they just had done a full-on handheld instead of PSVR 2, they'd be in a better spot right now. I think people are they like handhelds at the moment.
I would have bought one day one a Sony handheld.
Yeah, it depends on what's on it. I'll be honest.
Well, that's true. I'm thinking something that's playing PS4 games.
Yeah. If they were just basically, here's a PS4 handheld.
Yep.
And it will play every PS4 game you already have.
I would have bought
digital. I'd be like, yep, sold, done.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about, man. But I don't. That's a generation behind, yada yada. But still, I think there's a ton of people who are still playing PS4s. So
it's still a lot better hardware than the Switch. So let's be honest.
It is. But man, that Switch is like,
Or Switch.
I love that fucking machine, man.
Oh,
I
I do.
love that thing. Oh. Actually, maybe no. I'm playing my fucking 3DS right now. I'm just like, wow, I love this thing. Like, Nintendo's right. It doesn't matter how powerful it is, as long as it has fucking great experiences on it.
Yes.
Like Crimson Shroud.
Oh yeah, good transition. You're still playing it.
I'm still playing it, man. I did not give up the ghost. I'm probably 8 hours in now because I'm grinding the Jerasim waterway or whatever.
Oh right, to get the Obsidian Daphne or something.
Well, and I got that like an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
And then I got the battle axe, and I was trying to get another battle axe to do a +2 battle axe, but another one never dropped. I spent another hour and a half trying to get a battle axe and never came. And I was like, you know what? I'm done.
Yep.
So I went and put the Obsidian Daphne into where it was supposed to go, and then went back up to the Jerasim waterway, and then that was it. Had the fight with the Lich, which was fucking easy.
Yep.
I've got a composite +9 bow. I've got my fucking battle axe. Yeah, dude. +9. You know what? Did you know that you can't go past +9?
No, I didn't. Well, thank you for letting me know.
I tried to meld my composite +9 with another composite, and it's like, nope. You can't.
All right, there's the limit.
There's a limit. It's +9.
Single digits. Okay.
So I've got my team is that really the grinding, that whole thing is when I really started to learn the game, learn how to like add the skills, like using your you can meld your rings basically with other things to add skills to them, and it's just all started to come together, and just the flow of combat. I still love the writing. I've just finished chapter 2 tonight right before we started recording. Okay. So I'm on to chapter 3. And I just assume I'm probably going to steamroll the rest of the game. Maybe not. Maybe there's some really huge bosses coming up. But I feel OP right now.
I'll be curious.
Yeah.
My first time through, there was definitely, I felt like I was doing okay, and then I got to one fight. It wasn't the final fight, but it was close to it, where I was like, I got stomped. And I was like, and it wasn't from a like, oh, okay, I think I had just become complacent more than anything. Yeah, and it was like, okay, I got to go back into this, and I have to like understand that like there is definitely a kill order in this fight. I need to focus on this character, get rid of them first, while definitely keeping my health up. And like I had to use items at that point. Like there was definitely things of just being like, okay, this fight is serious now, and I need to be focused and thinking through what I'm doing. Yep. That was in chapter 4, I'm pretty sure.
And you beat the game, right? And
I
then
did.
Yeah, okay. Because I was trying to remember if you had like lost your save before you beat the game, or
no, I beat it, and then it's just whenever I got a new SD card, so I could download all my crap.
Yep.
I just downloaded on a fresh SD card, so I didn't have a save anymore on it, I'm playing again. So I'm in chapter 3 right now.
Cool.
I'm in like the first. I just finished the first like story fight in chapter 3.
Okay, I'll probably do that after the podcast tonight. How do you have Freya itemized, like outfitted? I mean, like, do you have a two-handed staff? Do you have a one-handed scepter and a shield? What do you do?
I think she's a staff right now.
Okay, that's what I'm using too. But I read someone
she has a mending. She has a mending staff.
Oh, that's what I'm using too, a mending staff. Yeah.
Because what does that have that I chose? What did it have? It has resurrection and mass heal.
Nice. I've got heal 2 on mine and resurrection.
Yeah, because the melding onto it will always replace the second skill.
Got it.
If you're melding.
I melded the heal 2 onto mine, so I don't know what I replaced then, I guess.
Mass heal.
Yeah, I got rid of mass heal, that's right.
Which is probably for the best, I think. Mm-hmm. I was playing through, and mass heal, well, fine. It's just not big enough.
Yeah, I read that, like, just if you're going to choose one of the two, choose heal 2. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. That's fine. I have enough time. I don't need to heal everyone at once. The spinning strike is pretty cool to get people all at once. That's been pretty helpful.
Is that on...
It's on the battle axe.
Right.
Yeah, the guide I was reading said this is a new game plus item, so get it now and try to get it plus 1 or 2. And I was like, okay, and I couldn't even get it plus 1. I'm like, all right, this is good enough. Both my composite 9 plus this guy's thing, we're good. I just love, I don't know, the systems, like they've snapped together for me. It's really cool. The writing's cool. I know it's obtuse in some way. I know that without a guide telling me, yes, this is going to take a while for you to get this fucking drop. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And how to do that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I probably would have been frustrated, but because I knew that, and it's kind of the reason why I don't mind spoilers, because if I know it's coming, it's a little more enjoyable, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think the guide, I don't know what guide you're following, but the guides I even found, they didn't really spoil the story.
No, definitely.
Like, they just say,
no,
go here,
no.
go there.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, then it's like, that's not the story. Like, you get tons of additional content and text along the way that wasn't spoiled. Like, and so I think you get the first kind of, I wouldn't say twist, but there's a deeper, I think it's once you get into start of chapter 3, you get a point where you can like ask like multiple questions, basically.
Oh, cool.
And you get deep, like, into like, are we here?
Yeah. I'm
and like
waiting for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that. You get like what the whole goal was, and like a decent chunk of at least backstory for like this adventuring party, what they had been doing for the past chunk of time.
I've gotten
led them
Lippy's
here.
backstory so far.
Yeah.
Which was
you
cool.
you get like the character. This is them as a group. Like, why are they here?
Yep. Right.
Why is Freya bloody? Like,
yes.
And those flashbacks kind of thing going on. Like, you get what they were, who contracted them, what they're trying to find, what led them here. It gets into politics of the world. Like, in a weird way, you're like, again, not a huge amount of writing, but you get a very good sense of what of the politics going on. You get some depth, far more depth than you would expect out of this.
That's awesome, because I already feel like obviously that piece is missing, but I feel like in terms of the world building, like there's quite a bit of depth. Like this is like, I don't know, like the definition of a hidden gem. And I'm just like thankful in some way that the 3DS and Wii U eShops shut down, because if they were always there, I probably wouldn't have like prioritized what I was going to get and figuring out what I should get. And this is great. So very happy about that. Speaking of that, I've been doing a little bit of shopping, buying used cartridges before they go through the fucking roof. So I bought a cartridge of Yoshi's New Island, which I was always interested in playing, and then Paper Mario Sticker Star, which is the much derided Paper Mario on the 3DS. Okay. But I'm something of a Paper Mario glutton now. So grab those for pretty cheap, actually. But some cards are just like Yoshi or Kirby's Epic Yarn right now is like $200 now. It's crazy.
Seriously.
It's crazy. Crap. And that's like a remake of a Wii game.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, man. But I'm enjoying the 3DS quite a bit, man. It's quite a little machine.
It is. It's a great one.
Yeah. So I've been playing that, and I've been playing Skyward Sword. Like, we have been playing a lot of Skyward Sword. On our mornings, we play it. And I've done most of the bedtimes this weekend because I'll be out late at work the next week, basically. So making up some time this weekend, and then I do the mornings if I do the night. So she's just a great navigator, like having me try different things, paying attention to different things that I'm not paying attention to, and like helping me get through the dungeons. We just got through the Lanayru mining facility, so like the 3rd dungeon, and I was like, wow, we must be like, halfway through the game. Nope. Like a third of the way through the game. But it's like, it's really good and different. It feels like like the most frictionless Zelda I've played, other than Link Between Worlds, because the dungeons aren't that tough. They're not that
okay.
Maybe they get tougher later, but I keep thinking back to like, and maybe if I played it now it'd be different, but I keep thinking back to Ocarina of Time, where I was just always lost.
Sure.
So this is not that. It feels a lot more streamlined, and maybe, I don't know what the critical reception was when it came out in 2011, how people felt about the dungeons. Maybe it felt like a step back, and that's why they reset the formula for Breath of the Wild or whatever. But
the general consensus was like, it was still, if I remember right, good game. Frustrating with the motion controls.
Oh yeah,
like that, because they were forced on you.
Yep.
Like you had to play it that way.
Yeah.
And that it was slow.
Yeah.
Like, and even that was my complaint. It was just like, that's where people were saying the formula was getting old, was just like the amount of time before you could do anything.
Yeah.
Was really long.
Yeah, they must have heard that, because they took all that out of the HD version for the the Switch. They took out like 3 hours of that beginning tutorial stuff.
Yeah, it was that. It was just like the time it takes for chests to open, and like it
Oh
was
yeah,
extended like super. Like it was all these small things that over time had been added up of like, oh, these are staples of Zelda. We got to keep them.
Yeah.
And it kind of just ballooned into this thing that was like, yeah, this is Zelda and it's cool, but could it be better?
Yeah.
Is this all needed? And I mean, that's when you also got A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Like, was a response to Skyward Sword. 100%.
Interesting, because I connect those two in my head. Link Between Worlds is the first Zelda I ever beat, and then coming to this, my daughter's enjoying the hell out of it. Like she hasn't connected to a Zelda since Wind Waker, and obviously we played Wind Waker like 3 times and watched like 5 fucking playthroughs. But she's really enjoying it. But mainly because she's obsessed with Girahim. Almost psychotically. She's like, Link loves Girahim. Like, no, Girahim's the villain. Girahim just tried to stab Zelda. No, he loves her. No, he loves him. No. No. But yeah, other than that, she's really enjoying the navigating, and she's able to like do more. The controls, I had some experiences with this. Was Wind Waker 2. Sometimes the controls on boss fights are just fucking annoying with the camera. So fucking annoying. It's not like this one. To compensate for the motion controls, you have to hold left bumper and use your right stick to move the camera. Otherwise, if you don't hold left bumper, you're swinging your sword. It's the controls are just like mildly frustrating. But the game is good, so I want to get through it. Well, and then I'm just an idiot. There's this fucking boss fight. Did it 2 or 3 times, and because I had low hearts, and there's a couple hearts available in the boss arena, but mainly I had to beat it with like 7 hearts. Didn't have a chance to replenish. Didn't have any. I don't have any bottles for fairies. I don't have any fairies. I don't have any fucking potions. I don't have any whatever. Boss fight ends. I hit right bumper, which I never hit. Oh, I do have potions. A lot of them. Okay, I am stupid. I just like Dark Souls that boss. Like I made it like 10 times harder than it needed to be. So anyway, that's all I've been playing besides Snap. So that's me.
Playing. What did I play earlier in the week?
Did you finish Octopath?
No, I'm still getting stomped. I don't know if I'm beating this final boss. It's a toughie.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I mean, it's optional content to begin with, so
the final boss is optional?
It kind of like they call it part of an extra story. Like it's weird. It's like, sure, it's canon. It finishes like up the story, save the world, kill a god type thing, but it's not presented as necessarily in the way of like, oh, this is the next chapter of the story. So I don't know. Yeah, it's stomping me. It's rough. I'm like, holy cow. Maybe I need to grind and just level more.
Yeah, exactly.
But we talked about Crimson Shroud. I played a bit more of that to get to chapter 3. Still enjoyed a bit. And just like everyone else jonesing for something to fill the Diablo 4 void, Path of Exile started a new league, so playing that.
Are you playing? You're not playing on Xbox, are you?
No, I'm playing on PC.
Oh, okay, because you showed up on my Xbox thing today as playing Path of Exile. I was like, what the fuck? Weird. He must be on PC.
Or you mean Minecraft?
No, it said Path of Exile.
How?
Yeah, it said Summerspeak, Path of Exile. So I don't know if you're playing through the Xbox app or Xbox just knows you're playing that on PC. Because I should have screenshotted it. It was 100% Path of Exile.
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, I don't think he has an Xbox.
Oh yeah, it says it right here. I think it's just because I'm logged in on my computer.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I was playing that, and I'm not the only one. They had their highest concurrent player count ever on Friday.
Oh, really? Ever?
Yep, ever.
Jesus, okay.
A lot of people want an action RPG right now.
Right, after Diablo.
What is the term? A rising tide lifts all sails.
Yeah, lifts all boats, yeah.
Lifts all boats.
I guess the sails come with the boat, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's that term, like, and people just are looking for something, and they just happen to launch a league at a great time for it. And they're like, it's still Path of Exile. It's complicated as all hell. But now they've given the fact that every item in every rare item, so yellows, can have skill trees on them. Like
every item has skill trees?
Yeah, if they're rare or better, not uniques, but
wow.
Rares, and like it's a whole mechanic to unlock the skill tree and earn points in it on that are in the world and the maps. But yeah, everything has a skill tree. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's like,
I don't know if it's good or bad. It just is, and you're just like, holy shit, this game. Like,
jeez, that's like opening up like many more layers of grinding.
Yeah, kind of, but I mean, it's just you do it while you're doing other things too, but it definitely opens up like what makes a good item then. Like you're like, depending on what its skill tree is, it can be really good or it can be really trash. So
wow, that's really interesting. I wonder if other ARPGs will take that.
I don't know. It's complicated, so who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing that Path of Exile does, is it has skill trees.
Yeah, exactly.
That has skill trees within skill trees.
It's almost like parody. Like,
yes.
If SNL were to like make a parody of Path of Exile, they'd put skill trees on fucking everything, and maybe they already are. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm just having a good time with it. Chose a different build I hadn't played before, and it's probably the strongest build I've ever played. So,
really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just murdering everything. I'm at in-game. I'm doing maps now. So, and I'm like, wow. I'm super tanky and deal pretty much a fair amount of damage as just an aura around me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just run through the maps and everything just dies. And I survive all the hits.
So you're not even... It's almost like an auto...
Kind of. I do have a couple skills I'm using to increase my DPS on, like, rare monsters and bosses. Okay. But trash just dies.
Wow.
It gets next to me, and within a second, it's dead.
Okay.
It's a weird build. I don't know. I'm having a good time with it. It definitely scratches that itch of ARPG while we wait another, how many days till 60 some odd days until Diablo 4?
It's June 2nd, right?
Yeah, if you have early access.
Okay. So
June 6th normally.
6th, okay.
Until how many days until sure someone has a countdown?
Yes, absolutely.
Countdown to Diablo 4 release. 57 days, 2 hours.
Dang.
Actually that's for June 6th. So it's 53 days and 2 hours.
You get early access if you pre-order, basically.
You have to buy not the basic. You have to buy the like one step up.
Got it. Yeah.
Which I'll be an idiot and probably do because I'll have serious FOMO. I'll be honest. All my friends will be playing. I'll be like, shit. All right, gotta play.
I keep thinking, am I gonna be done with Breath of the Wild by then?
No, probably not.
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom. You know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I fucking won't. It took me months to beat Breath of the Wild, just because I was having so much fun exploring everywhere. So I'm not sure when I'll jump in the Diablo 4, but I will eventually.
Will your cousin be picking it up immediately, or is he just
gonna
stick with D2?
I don't know. I keep asking him, and he hasn't. I think he said the thing he got from Diablo 4 was that it feels like Diablo mixed with World of Warcraft, which I don't. I know there's like world boss stuff, but it's not an MMO, whatever. If I were to put money on it, probably. You know what's crazy though? This summer we're getting Diablo 4 and Counter-Strike 2, and those are like the two games that we played all the time together.
I mean, Counter-Strike 2 was just... I mean, I get they're calling it Counter-Strike 2, but it's just an update to CSGO.
Yeah, but for me, it's like the fact that those two iconic games for us having
they're
like
calling it Counter-Strike 2
exactly.
to me. It's
like getting like a number upgrade.
Yeah.
It's nothing like Diablo 4 over Diablo 3.
Although I'm not going to be playing Counter-Strike. I definitely won't jump back into it.
I will probably check out Counter-Strike 2 and be like, okay, this is just like CSGO. I'm good. I don't play that much right now. I played once in the past 5 years, probably. A couple months ago. Some friends were like, you want to play Counter-Strike? I was like, sure.
Let's see.
I've got a mouse that's got a trackball. So let's see how this goes. it went about as well as it
Yeah,
did in the past.
I just, to me, it's more of an intimidation of jumping into that now. Like, how many people are playing on Steam right now? Some ridiculous number.
Oh yeah, it jumped up when the Counter-Strike 2 was announced.
Most played. CSGO, in the last 24 hours, its peak was 1.4 million.
Yeah, exactly.
And it always hovers around that.
Yep.
Like, that's so many people.
Good.
It's
I mean,
so
the formula
popular.
for that game, man, it's just, yeah, it's fucking good, man. So yeah, I'll play at some point, but I really want to like sink my teeth in the Breath of the Wild, and just the amount of gaming time that I get will be more in the summer, but
still not.
It took me months to beat Engage.
Sure.
And they just dropped the last DLC for Engage. I'm like, I kind of want to go back.
I got to remember. We need to publicly shame you for your shorter game comment, and then you pick up, what is it? The Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. All of them. You goddamn moron. and then the Persona 3, Persona 4 bundle on Switch.
Yep. Uh-huh. So I was telling Anthony,
what are you doing?
Well, you know what? A fool and his money will soon be parted. I was telling Anthony about how excited I was about Crimson Shroud. It's a short game, and I want to like engage in more short experiences, which is still true, by the way. After this one, I'm going to play another short game. But and then I bought just the longest fucking games on the planet, all in a bundle. I was just like, I don't know. I've been very excited about the Pixel remaster, so I was like, I'm just buying this. So
I'm not even buying all of them.
Yeah, because you're smart.
I'm picking and choosing.
You're good with your money.
Well, I know a general idea of the ones I've played a number of them, so I'm like, no, there's pretty much only 2 out of here. I want 5 and 6. I want 5 and 6. I have 3 on the 3DS with DS. I still have that card, and that's fine. It's actually a very nice version of 3 because it's all in its not pixels. It's 3 models.
Nice.
Like it's a if you ever can get a hold of it, the Final Fantasy 3 on the DS version is very good. Very, very good.
And it's a good game too. Like,
I mean, it's a good. It's still simplistic overall. Like, but it was a good one. I enjoyed that one a lot. But out of the other ones, I'm like, I don't care. Like, historically, they're interesting.
Yeah.
Do I ever want to touch them again? No, not at all.
Yeah.
6 is the one that's actually particularly good.
I'm so excited about that one.
5 isn't interesting from a mechanical standpoint. But 6 is a good game. And
6 is like really last of the era.
It has. It was the last of the SNS, and it was the time clearly when Square wanted to start telling a bigger story. Yeah. And they really did expand it for that. It's still not like as grand as 7 on where story-wise, but you see them pushing forward. They also had to deal with the fact that when it was made, they only had so much memory, so that limited to how much text they could actually have in the game. Oh, Jesus.
Say it, but shorter.
And then that was actually a big issue on localization, because in Japanese, they say a lot more with fewer characters.
Yeah, right.
Because of kanji, and now they have to translate in the same memory footprint to English, and that's why a lot of the localizations were hell and awful back then, because they just didn't have room. They had to cut lines.
So these remasters, because they don't have that limitation, did they add stuff to it, or
they relocalized it? Yeah, okay, cool. They just kept it much closer because they're not limited by cartridge space. Yeah. So
like the true vision of the game, maybe now.
Yeah. So I think you'll have a good time. I'm looking forward to trying 6. I think that's the 19th.
19th, yeah.
Next it's a Wednesday. Week. Yeah, a week from
10
Wednesday.
days from now. Yeah.
But yeah, I had to publicly shame you for that because it's just funny to me.
I deserve it. Although that doesn't mean I'm going to play those games immediately. I'm not. No. After I finish Crimson Shroud, I'm going to play Chia or Metroid. What's it called? The Brian? One where she's blue. No.
Fusion.
Fusion. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. I started that. Metroid 4 basically. I started that just to check it out. I was like, holy shit, this is really good. Like I played like an hour and I was like, stop. I'm playing something else right now. Go back to Engage.
Yeah.
So those are both short games. She is like 7 hours. Metroid Fusion is like 9 or so.
Yeah, it's not long. Good though. Good.
Yeah. It's already started really well. But I do want to, I'm way into gaming right now, so
Yeah,
my free time is basically.
And honestly, putting in the because you got the Pixel remasters and the Persona stuff on the Switch, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the perfect place for it, because that's the
Absolutely.
place you could actually probably put some time into it when you want to, and it's an easier place for you to put time into those games.
Exactly. It's been easier for me to put time into handheld gaming. Like I've played almost exclusively handheld since January.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention it. I did play PS5 this week for like half an hour or so, because I don't know why, loaded up PlayStation Stars. So I was like, what is this? And it has like little quests and stuff. And I was like, okay, you fucks, you got me. You gamified this a little bit. So I already had Returnal downloaded, and I loaded it up. Oh my God, that game is great.
I've heard good things about it.
Holy shit. I was like, oh, I have to play this game. Because I like Housemarque, but they made it Housemarque stuff, but in a 3D fucking roguelike.
Bullet hell roguelike.
Yeah. It's really well done for, I only played half an hour, but like the story's interesting, the way they set everything up, the movement, the mechanics, like, oh my God, this is like this. I can see the addiction here. This is good. Yep. Okay. And then, so I just played that for half an hour to fulfill, I just had to turn it on basically to fulfill the quest, but then I kept playing.
Nice.
And then I realized that I had enough coins, for what the fuck ever currency from previous purchases or whatever, that I had enough just to buy Burning Shores outright. Like, okay, thanks guys.
Awesome.
They paid for my DLC, which I'll get to. I don't know if I'll get to that on launch. I don't know I think that launches around the 19th as well.
Oh geez, I'm not prepared. Man,
I need to get back into Horizon just to like get the mechanics back.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I've got to remember how to play it.
Yeah, I've played it in a year.
That's kind of the thing. Like, anytime I think of playing Elden Ring again, because there are people, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to play it?" Like, "Oh, I'm playing Elden Ring." I'm like, I'm just intimidated to start that game again.
Yep, exactly. I feel the same way. Like I'm 86 hours in. I should keep going to beat it. Like, and it's not I'm not at the part of the game where I can survive being rusty.
Yeah.
So that's the part that intimidates the fuck out of me for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus how goddamn gloomy that game is.
Yeah. But yeah. So cool. Seems like it's been a good
week. Very good week. Yep. And it was a great week at work. It was first week at work after spring break, and it was heavy shit, but really good. And I had like some of the best classes I've taught this semester.
Nice.
So I'm teaching on top of my other stuff. And my wife made my daughter a Pokeball out of yarn. So it's all good.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's yarn. She can throw it, and it's not going to hurt anybody.
That's exactly right, because she's been throwing plastic Pokeballs at me, and now it's a fucking yarn one. It's great. Threw it at her head.
You're like, this is a step up. Awesome.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, it's been really good. She's, so much fun. I love having a kid. I'm so glad I did.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I love my kids, too, and I like having them until nights like this, where they just both seem to be like, I don't know what crawled up their butts.
Yeah.
The last hour of the night. Before I'm just like, my God, just why are you both doing things to annoy the hell out of each other, siblings? Crap. Right. And you're like, you both have rooms, just go to your room. Stop. Like, clearly being around each other is not good right now. They're like, no, we have to be. You're like, God.
That's something that's funny.
It is funny. Man, I will say the younger, honestly, you're hitting the stride. I think the 4 to 8, 9, best time.
It's amazing.
That was probably the most fun time. I'm just having a lot of fun now. It's just different ways, but boy, does different sets of challenges as they hit this level, and you're like,
I'm not looking forward to it. I for sure, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this so much. Like, I love my job. This is my dream job. I'm doing what I want to do. I love it. I'm good at it. It's amazing. I constantly think about quitting to just do the stay-at-home dad thing, because I'm having so much fun with her. And it's like, don't do that. That's dumb. We're having fun because we have money and we can do fun shit. Like, don't be stupid. And I like the fulfillment of a fucking career, but I do think about it because I'm having so much fun. It's like, it won't always be like this.
It won't.
But
so take it while you got it and enjoy it.
It is great.
Although there's always stuff to enjoy. So
yes.
I don't typically bitch out my kids. I actually like my kids a lot.
She's
it's just they're hitting almost a teenager in a few months, and then a 10-year-old girl who is quite the sass monster at times. And so it's a different level of pull your hair out kind of exacerbate, like, why you make poor decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh,
was fun.
Parenthood. Parenthood.
Yep, pretty much.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, this was episode 380? 380, right? 380 of Prof and Dev Play Games. If you like us, please rate us on your podcast service of choice, and we will be back next week to talk about, I don't know, maybe we'll start
Actually, no, we won't be here next. I won't be here next. We should say that.
Week?
I'm going to be in Vancouver. Like, I don't get back, back until later.
Okay.
Sunday. Depends on how long it takes to get back through the border.
Okay, sounds good. We'll say that we won't be here next week. I might be here next week, but Anthony will be crossing a border.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And then at some point we'll speculate about a upcoming Sony fucking showcase, which seems really quite rumored. So we'll see.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Or God damn it, we just said we wouldn't.
2 Whatever. Weeks. Talk to you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, folks.
All right. Later, everyone.